running. But yeah, I mean, we'll talk about essentially how do we start sales conversations without triggering resistance, but also at the same time getting what we want. Because okay, we've talked about we don't want to trigger sales resistance, but at the same time, we don't want to be too loose and start having a conversation that's not productive, which I've noticed with a lot of people who, they try to follow a specific script or a specific methodology. Where we lose the ball is actually not getting what we want. So, okay, we don't want to set hard frames and be, for lack of a better term, assholes to people, but at the same time, we want to be able to get some information that we can use. So let's dive right in. Now, I'm going to make this available. I've chunked the process down into specific boxes, but let's talk about the opener stage. And the biggest mistakes people make when they're opening the conversations is, we've talked about it, try to play buddy-buddy. I'm going to give you different language around this, but again, where are you from? How's the weather like? How are you doing today? Love the yacht picture on the wall. All of these trigger resistance, like you're instantly labeled as a guy, as a person trying to sell them something. Number two, we don't want to be overly excited, but at the same time, we don't want to be apathetic as well, like uber stoic. What we like to be is calm and confident. So we want to be able to, let's say, commandeer, like lead the call. So we need that certainty, we need that confidence, but we're not going to do it through excitement. And big mistake number three is focusing on interesting versus productive information. We talked a little bit about it, but the idea is a lot of times we have to realize that as just like in our lives, there are 1,000 different things going on in other people's lives. So when we hop on a call with them, like they might start talking about, regardless of what we're selling, the relationship, X problem, Y problem, Z problem. But again, all of that, it's interesting, but it's not productive towards the conversation, towards helping them, towards making the sale. So we want to be able to filter the productive information and get what we truly want. So let's start with the stages. We don't want to say, where are you from? How's the weather like, etc. But at the same time, we want to build what I call rapid rapport.
So what? Okay. So
say it again. Braden?
oh shit! That's my fault. I didn't know I was not on mute.
Oh, you're good. Cool. So rapid rapport, the language I want to use here. So we hop on a call. I see the person joining in. All I say is, well, good to see you here, Chris. How are things on your side of the globe? Or how's your side of the fence holding up? Like, I like to keep it casual, I like to keep it a little bit humorous. We've talked about why. Like, we're about to enter a conversation with a stranger for 30 minutes. I want a humorous way. Like, I like to inject humor to break the ice, but also get to the point quickly and not spend time there. So just for context, in terms of the rapid rapport, I only take 10 to 20 seconds at tops. I would say in most cases 10 seconds. It's an exchange of a couple of phrases. So once they ask me, how's your side of the fence holding up? I'm going to ask them, oh yeah, I mean, it's all good. How about you? I'm going to say, well, I'm trying to survive the heat wave here in Cyprus, practically strapped on the AC over here, but I don't want to bore you. I'm hopping right into the bridge phrase. And the bridge phrase goes something like, well, it looks like you booked with us about possibly getting more sales or getting some outside help with your sales. I'm using the bridge phrase. Who's going to tell me why I'm using a bridge phrase? Right after a rapid rapport, why am I dropping? It might seem super obvious, right? Well, duh, yeah, I booked because I want help. But why am I going to do it regardless? I want to do it because I want to put the ball back on their side of the field. Like the focus is not on me, their focus is on them and what they want. So the only thing to note here is the possibility. So I want to stay neutral. I don't want to say, well, it looks like you booked with us about getting help with attracting more clients. I might get pushback there. No, well, I don't know. I'm looking around because it's too early to start being assumptive. That's why I like to introduce the possibly there, make it a little bit more, let's say, palatable. Now, I'm diving into the overt outcome. So there are different ways to do that. You can use, it looks like you booked with us about possibly getting some help around your sales. I typically say, how can I help? And I'm putting the ball directly on their side of the court. In a more, let's say, maybe in a B2B sale, I can say, what were you hoping to get out of the meeting today? The reason I'm asking that question is I want to get a clear objective. So why are they there? And just want to get some more information, just show your content online and I like what you have to say, thoughts to hop on a call. That's going back. That's interesting. That's not productive. Interesting, but not productive. They're not answering my question. If I ask them, what were you hoping to get out of the meeting today? And they say, yeah, just more information. And I accept that, I'm shooting myself in the foot. Because we're going to unpack it later on, but I have no idea where to take it from there. So if they stay very surface level and say, yeah, I'm just looking around, I mean, I just want to find out a little bit more about you guys have, I'm going to ask them, okay, that's no problem. Do you know what you're looking for specifically though? And again, I'm looking for an overt outcome. What comes next? I'm going to ask them, okay, so what was it about the content online, the email I sent, our brand that attracted your attention overall? Here, I want to get some sense of relevance, some sense of familiarity that they have with me. Are they completely cold and they saw an ad and they raised their hands? Are they following me for 5 years and they finally decided to, hop on board? But also, I'm looking for language that resonated with them. So a lot of times people will say, well, I saw you posted about generating leads through LinkedIn, and I'm hopping on LinkedIn lately. So I just want to see what you had around that. Okay. So now I know exactly what resonated with them. And if they say they have been consuming content, a sidebar that you can do here is, oh, nice. How long have you been following us for? And again, here I can get an understanding of, okay, did that person find me last week? Did they find me 5 years ago? That allows me to build some leverage on the back end of the call. Because if they tell me they've been following me for 2 years, during objection handling, if they give me, let's say, a think about it objection, well, that's not a problem, Chris, but I guess, what was it that you wanted to go over in your mind? I don't know. I just want to think about it. Yeah, for sure. I know you mentioned you've been following me for 2 years, so it sounds like the methodology you feel it would be a fit. So what's really holding you back? I'm able to do that in these cases because I know that I have the brand, I have the leverage to do so. Because that person knows me deeply. If they're following me for 2 years, obviously there's something wrong, either with the offer that I just presented to them, the price, or we've talked about the other objections. And number 5 is we want to establish the narrative. So we establish the narrative not by setting a hard frame and saying, here's going to happen, here's what's going to happen in this call. You're going to tell me a little bit about what you're doing now, your goals in 12 months, and what's holding you direct and what's holding you specifically back. And at the end of the call, you're going to say yes, you're going to say no, but don't give me a think about it, because that's not the way we do things here. If I set a hard frame like that, just by being rebellious, people will say, well, let me think about it. Because that's what human psychology does, right? Like, we like to do what we're told not to do. It's just a fact. So instead of a hard frame, I want to show intention. Like, I want to show them with my language that the call is about them, not about me. That's why I say something like, perfect, well, we're booked for 45 minutes here, so why don't we just dive in? I'm gonna pause here. I like to mention this as a light time check. So I'm just reminding them that we're booked for 45 minutes to see if there's gonna be pushback. Oh no, I'm booked only for have 15, I have to leave in 20 minutes. Okay, rebook it. Because what you don't want to happen is they have, let's say, 15 minutes, you do your discovery, and then at the pitch, they have to go pick up their daughter from somewhere. And now what do? You rush through the pitch, or you rebook it, and then you have to run again discovery. So that's why I like to drop it in. Now, we're booked for 45 minutes, so why don't we just dive in? These calls are pretty straightforward, pretty simple. I'd love to find out a little bit more about your current situation, your vision in terms of what you want to achieve, and see if we can actually help you get there. Does that help? Yes, you move forward. Summarizing the opener stage, we have rapid rapport. Let's go through the language again. So rapid rapport, good to see you here, Chris. How's your side of the fence holding up? Yeah, I'm just trying to survive the heat wave here in Cyprus, practically strapped on the AC over here. I don't want to bore you. Moving into the bridge phrase. It looks like you booked with us about possibly getting some help around your sales. Overt outcome. What were you hoping to get out of the meeting here specifically, though? Brand relevance. Okay, that makes sense. And what was about the email or the content that you saw online that attracted your attention overall? Oh, nice. How long have you been following us for? 5 years. Okay. Yeah, I mean, we're booked for 45 minutes, so why don't we just dive in? These calls are pretty straightforward. I'd love to find out a little bit more about your current situation, what you're doing, what your goals are in terms of 12 months down the line, and see if we can actually help you there. Does that help you? So these are the stages. Now, which one is the most important of all? I want to see in the chat, which one of these 5 steps, rapid rapport, bridge phrase, overt outcome, brand relevance, establish narrative, which one is the most important? Which one do I need absolutely to get in? Otherwise, the sale is ruined. So I have one that says establish narrative. What else? Who else would like to throw their hat in? All of them. No, it's not a trick question. There is one. It's not all of them. Rapid rapport. Perfect. And Ali says number 5, establish narrative. Actually, all of you are wrong. And it's not because I want to play a trick on you. It's because of the actual importance. So let me throw you an analogy at you. So let's say I'm a rock climbing trainer, right? And a guy comes to me and, hey, good to see you here. What's the most important thing that I want to know? I'm a rock climber. I see a person that wants to climb a mountain. What's the most important question that I have to know to see if I can actually help that person? What freaking mountain are we climbing? I interrupted you.
Yeah.
So the answer is the overt outcome. Like, what mountain are we climbing? Because every solution solves different problems, right? It has different angles. So each solution, each pillar of your program, of your service, it solves a specific problem. So if we visualize our problems as mountains, for example, how do I know which I should focus on? How do I know which mountain should I start climbing and going higher and higher with them, or to reverse it and going deeper and deeper with them? Because if I go back, let me go back to my slides. And this is where it makes all the difference in the call. What's our first situation question? What's our, what I call present reality? What do you have in place to achieve X and Y and Z? So if someone comes on the call, I don't have an overt outcome from my, let's say, connecting stage or from my opener stage. If I don't have an overt outcome, my first situation question is going to be, what do you have in place to lose weight? Well, I don't want necessarily lose weight. I want to, but a lot of prospects won't say that. So I don't want to assume my first situation question because I'm going to be digging the wrong hole. But if I get on my overt outcome phase, what were you hoping to get out of the meeting today? I'm just looking for more information. Okay, but do you know what you're looking for specifically though? Yes, I've been trying to, let's say, lose weight for 3 months, been through 5 different diets, but I'm not sure how to, lose weight without eating less. Now I have an outcome that they're after, right? So I'm not gonna say, my question, my present reality question is gonna be very targeted, very specific. Okay, so what are you currently doing to lose weight without necessarily eating less? So my situation question is so specific that it's going to allow me to drill directly at the source of a problem. So it's going to pierce through a lot of that noise. Let me give you another example. If I ask someone, let's say I sell, business growth. There's a big difference between going through the opener phase, the opener stage, and just setting the frame, establishing the narrative, and then asking them, well, what are you currently doing to grow the business, which is super generic. Whereas the second scenario might be, okay, what are you hoping to get out of the call today? I just want to get more leads. Okay, what are you currently doing to get more leads? Can you see how much more targeted I am and how that shapes the entire conversation? Because now I can directly build the gap. How many leads are you getting now? How many leads do you want to be getting? Instead of just talking about generic business concepts, what are they doing to grow the business, which can be, oh, we're working on sales, we're working on delivery, we're working on Facebook ads, LinkedIn. No, I'm very targeted. I know exactly which mountain I'm climbing, and now we're building the gap for that mountain together. Is that clear to everyone? Like, this can literally shortcut 10 minutes of noise during the call. And the problem with noise isn't that it's those 10 minutes. It's where people get lost in the conversation. If you ever get lost in the weeds, it's because you're climbing the wrong mountain with the prospect. It's simple as that. Like, if we are in problem awareness and you're not sure where to dig, it's because we haven't found the freaking mountain that they want to climb. Like, we've just started climbing a mountain and we're guessing, and we're going down and we're climbing another one, and then oops, this is not exactly what they want. They actually wanted that, and we start to climb another one. That's why it's super important to get the overt outcome. I'm gonna shut up. And yeah, do they want to climb that mountain in the first place? I just saw it. Questions, doubtful points.
Hey, Chris, yeah, I have a question. When I do ask that question about what they're hoping to get out of the call today, they'll often say, I just want some more information about what you're doing and the price. And that kind of throws me off, because then I have to derail that, for 90% of the call, as it's not, I don't want to jump right into the price, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you want to role play it out?
Sure.
And be as hard as you want to be.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm the prospect.
He just loaded the gun. I heard that okay was very pointed. He's loading the gun, guys. Cool. Now let's dive right into it. Well, Joel, it looks like you booked with us about possibly getting in a better shape. What were you hoping to get out of the meeting today? I don't want to make any assumptions.
Yeah, Chris, I was just hoping to find out what the program actually consists of, and what the pricing looks like.
Oh yeah, we'll go through all that for sure, but what were you hoping to achieve by implementing a program in the first place?
Yeah, trying to cut down some body fat percentage and build lean muscle, kind of get my fitness back to a better point.
Do I know which mountain I'm climbing now?
You do, yes. Nicely done. So that's not a problem. We'll get to that. But what are you actually trying to achieve?
Yeah, because what is their focus when they're saying, yeah, man, just want to get more information and price? What is their focus?
Cost, features, not results.
It's what I have, right? I don't care what I have. I know exactly what I have. But the thing is, of course, I don't want to go into price. Of course, I don't want to go into benefits, but I'm not going to completely deflect it. What I'll say is, yeah, Sniper, we'll go through all that for sure. But what was the outcome that you were hoping to achieve out of implementing a thing, whatever that thing is? Even if they don't, let's say they don't give me, after that question, they don't give me the thing. What I'm going to ask them is, yeah, I mean, we'll go through all the info in the program. But what are the specific outcomes that you're hoping to get? Like, what's the end game goal by using X and Y and Z? So what I'm doing is I'm zooming out. I'm helping them zoom out. I'm not looking for specificity of I'm 250 pounds and I want to get to 200 pounds, right? I don't need to get there. It's too early for that. But I need to know, do they want to, like, the plan to build muscle, to losing weight, to, biohacking your brain? The paths and the problems that arise out of which are much, much different. So I need to know, where am I drilling? Any other, Joel, does that clear things up?
It does. Yeah, that was a nice transfer.
Yeah, so the language that you can use is, but we'll go through that for sure. But what were you hoping to achieve out of implementing a thing, out of using the thing? Or, but what's the end game another language that you can use is, okay, but what's the end game that you're after when you implement something like this? So I'm just zooming out. Any other questions, doubtful points?
Nope, just a good reminder that it's not about us, it's about them, right? So,
And it's about the words that come out of their mouth.
yeah, they have to tell themselves, right?
Yeah, because a lot of people, and here's the thing, it's not that people are necessarily, necessarily evil or a-holes. It's just a lot of times they see something intriguing. Our marketing works so well, and they hop on the call with us, but they're not clear in their mind exactly what they're hoping to get out of a conversation. They're just curious, right? And it's our job to kind of direct them and find their true need. But yeah, great observation. Who wants to role play their, so we can put their structure together in terms of how they open calls exactly? Because depends on what we're selling, we can make different changes to the order that we're asking things and things like that. Anyone who wants to role play their opener, so we can nail the tonality as well, because tonality matters as always.
I can do it. I don't want to, but I'll do it.
No one wants to, but everyone needs to. That's the thing. So when I get better.
There we go. That's why I said it. So, I usually struggle a little bit further in, but I guess you're going to be the prospect. So you go walking into the store and.
Yeah. So I'm walking into the store.
All right.
And a wild Brandon appears.
There we go. Poof. Just like that. So, hey, have you been in before, or is this?
No, just we just saw the sign, stopped by.
Okay. And other than the sign, was there anything that maybe you had heard about us, or other than just kind of see us passing by? Is there anything that other than that attracted your attention, or?
No, we're just looking around. We don't need anything specific.
Okay. And so you're just looking around. What kind of a project are you looking at doing?
Not bad. May I show you maybe a language trick, specifically because you're in person with them, right?
Okay.
So what's the typical thing people say when we walk into a store, regardless if we're selling, perfumes, flooring? We walk into a store and they ask us, hey, do you want help? Or, hey, good to see you. Someone approaches us. What's the typical thing that we will say as consumers?
I'm just looking. Yeah.
I'm just looking around, right?
Yeah.
So what question can we ask if we want to flush that answer out and eliminate it from their vocabulary so they cannot say it? What can I ask?
So I guess real quick too, because I've been trying to make this script to work, but the way I usually start the conversation is actually someone walks in and I just say, hey, thanks for coming in. What exactly type of a project are you looking at doing? And immediately they confess everything.
Yep.
But then it's usually hard to get the reason that attracted them to come in, because now you're too far down the conversation.
Yeah.
So can I skip the rest, or I don't know?
Yeah. Just to answer my own question as well, because you're jumping into a situation question and that you don't know, like, we want the living room. We want to redo the living room. And now you have to ask why and all of that, which is fine. It's one way to do things. The other way to do things is you approach them. I like have you been here before? It's just that they can say no and shut you down. So I can instead say, okay, Good to see you here. Did you come in just to look around today? Yes. Okay, and do you know what you're looking for specifically though? So essentially I'm flashing out the objection because yeah, I'm looking around, right? I feel good, I said it. But now I can move on. Okay, but do you know what you're looking for specifically though?
Okay.
And then again, they can say, for example, oh yeah, we're trying to remodel the kitchen because of X and Y and Z. Okay, and what was it that attracted your attention when it comes to our store? Did you heard of us before? Now that allows me, I'm into the conversation already, and I have an overt outcome, so I can see and search for brand relevance, or with saw an ad, or a friend told us that you do good work, and all of that.
Okay.
Who else would like to roleplay? Or if you have any questions other than the opener stage, the situation, feel free to drop them. Joe.
Yeah, Chris. If I could go through the opener. I'm not sure
Yeah.
my order is correct.
Yeah,
Any
let's make it happen.
changes. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Chris, can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Wonderful. And how are things going on your side of the globe?
Yeah, doing well. Just Sunday, about to go out with my wife after we wrap up here. So yeah, pretty cool. What about you?
Yeah, hanging in there. Well, I don't want to bore you. It looks like you booked with us about possibly getting some help with your health and fitness. Is that correct?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And what are you hoping to get out of implementing fitness coaching into your life?
Well, I don't know if I want to implement it yet. I'm just trying to see, like, I've been working out quite a bit, and I just want to see if I can make faster progress.
Faster progress. Okay. But any ideas about what the end game is that you're really looking for when you talk about faster progress?
You were almost there. I just want to interrupt because this is important. You said the right words. Just what you could do is faster progress. Let's feed them back their language, because I was almost there, right? I didn't unveil it. I was like, faster progress.
Expand.
Yeah. So I'm gonna be like, so you expect something from me from that inflation?
Okay.
Right? It's a question. Faster progress. Faster progress. Yeah, I just getting older, and you eat a cheesecake, it doesn't go down, it just stays. So just want to see if there's something I could do better.
Okay. And maybe you could tell me what it was that attracted your attention about Dan, piqued your interest, and made you decide to book this call.
Yeah, I see Dan on Twitter all the time, and he posts some helpful stuff. So I'm like, hey, why not give it a shot?
Okay, great. And it looks like we're booked for 45 minutes. So why don't we dive on in? And first part of this call is pretty basic. I would love to find out more about what you're currently doing, what your lifestyle kind of looks like, to get an idea of what your weekly routines kind of are. Maybe you could tell me, are you currently eating out a lot, mostly eating from home?
Not bad, but you haven't set the 3 points, right? My 3 points when I'm doing that, when I establish the narrative are, we'll book for 45 minutes here. So why don't we just dive in? I'd love to find out more about what you're currently doing in terms of workout and diet plan, what you're looking for in terms of what does Joel 2.0 exactly look like if we start removing that cheesecake of the love handles, and if we can actually help you get there. Now, walk me through, what does your exercise plan look like exactly? Or what are you currently doing to lose weight?
Okay.
You're not, I gave you 2 situation questions there. It's one or the other. You can use either or.
So something like, perfect. Well, looks like we're booked for 45 minutes. So why don't we dive on in? I'd love to find out more about what you're currently doing to create those changes, create that version of health and fitness that you're after. Maybe you could tell me what you're currently doing. Do you have an exercise routine in place?
More specificity. So I'd love to find out, and you can introduce pauses in between the 3 points, right? I'd love to find out what you're currently doing to lose weight, what you're looking for, and say, what does Joel 2.0 look like in terms of the ideal body that we're after, and see if we can actually get you there. So it's one, their current situation, two, what they want to achieve or who they want to become, and three, can we actually help them?
Okay.
Can we be that bridge that's going to connect A to B? So 3 points: current, future, and can we actually help you get there?
Got it. Cool.
And you drop the situation question.
Okay, thanks.
Absolutely. Good work. Awesome. Andrew.
Yeah, I was hoping to understand how how this would work if you do a 2-call situation. Like, this would be how you open up the first call, I would imagine. But you wouldn't do the same thing over again on the second call, correct? You would just build rapport and then go right into problem awareness, or I'm sorry, the last question in problem awareness.
Yeah, so how I would open a second call is I don't even need to build a lot of rapport if it's been only a couple of days. All I do is, hey, Andrew, good to see you again. It's been a couple of days since we discussed. I don't want to jump ahead. Have you found what you're looking for, or are you still looking to lose those 20 pounds? Yes, I'm still. Okay, just to summarize our previous discussion, you mentioned that right now you're at 200 pounds, you want to get to 180, but the main thing that we're having challenges with is, I believe you mentioned your metabolism, and sometimes you've been working out for 5 months now, so I believe you mentioned you're a little bit frustrated. Cool. Now, I guess from your perspective, besides you wanting to lose those 20 pounds, I guess what's the main reason why you might be looking to work with a fitness coach, do this properly, rather than just double down on your current exercise routine, maybe cut on more calories?
Got it.
So I'll bring all that emotion back. It's a good place to introduce. If I've done a good job with the health label in the first call, I can bring it up to flush all that emotion back to their brain. And then what I want to do is prevent the I'll do this myself objection right away.
Yep.
And then off to the races. Like solution awareness. If there's a partner, you would have done it on the first call. So you just build up their vision of heaven.
Got it. Yeah, I definitely have been, just based on hearing what you just kind of went through there, I've been using like too specific of like data when I open up that second call. Like, looks like you are 175 pounds looking to get to 150 versus you like brought up the problem and what they their emotion, which is, I think, would definitely be a better way to do it. So appreciate you going through that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the main thing, because again, it's not what people don't remember what we say or what they wrote in an application. They remember how they felt through an experience, through a program, through a conversation. So my objective is just to get them to remember, how did they feel when I asked them about them being 20 pounds overweight? How does it show up in their day-to-day? What is it that they're not able to do being 20 pounds overweight? Because again, that decision will be made emotionally. So I have to flush out all that emotion back. Good stuff. What else? Any questions? It can be a sales process question. It can be a lead gen question. Any question that you feel I can help with. Andrew, yeah, just hop on over there. I mean,
Okay. Wanted to make sure I was in line. You had asked me over on Instagram like what my openers were when I was sending outbound. So I was curious if you had a specific strategy that you'd recommend, whether it be cold or warm outreach.
yeah, let me just see what you're sending now real quickly because I opened it, but
Yeah, that's okay.
So-
Yeah, the one I sent you was what I'm sending to that's like cold outreach.
yeah, so if it's called out on something like this, I know this is random, but pretty much I help women lose X. I just created a free chat. So how's that working for you, first of all?
And it's okay. Like I could definitely be better. I have made a couple sales from people who have responded to that, but I'm sure it could be better.
My main thing is that, I mean, free 7-day challenge, it's not bad. I like to do one of two things. First of all, right now, I want to share something that's working very well for me. Let me just open up my chats. Boom, 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 boom.
I do change the free whatever to like whatever lead magnet I have right now too. Like that is something that I'm changing often in testing.
Yeah. So something that I'm doing, this is beating every single reply rate I've ever sent. So it's fully disarming, full humor. Nothing else, no agenda. Because let's think about when we send someone a message. I'm gonna send you the script, the exact terminology doesn't matter, but I want to talk about the approach. Like we're sending a message to someone, right? What do they do? Right? What's the first thing that they do? We send them a message. What do you do when someone sends you a message?
Me?
Yeah. What like I send you a message, hey Andrew, I can send you 5 more fitness clients in the next 30 days.
Yeah, I usually don't respond.
Yeah. What do? You don't respond, but you open the message, you read it. What do you do?
I just leave it usually if it's not something I want to respond to.
Yep. So depending on if it's the messages that, let's say bad, you're gonna ignore it. The second thing is you're gonna check their profile, right?
Oh, yeah.
Who's that person? Do they have a cheetah as their profile picture? Do they have nothing? Are they presentable? So my objective isn't just with this cold DM, it's to have them land on my funnel. And now if I've set this up properly, they can land on the lead magnet that I have here, first of all. Because I may not be ready to reply to Andrew, but if I see I'm pulling stuff out of my behind, but if I see my metabolism hyperblast PDF, hey, I can check it out. I don't want to be part of his funnel necessarily and start the sales convo, but I can check it out. So I'm grabbing those people. Second, I'm opening the conversation. Like this guy was confused. Then I see what you do. So he checked out my profile. What is this guy about? He checked out my profile, and now he's like, oh, I understand what the ad now. And now I can start a conversation, right? And then I have two options. I can opt for giving value and driving him towards a lead, which can be the 7-day challenge, right? But at least I have interaction. I know to follow up with him because he raised their hand. He raised his hand. Or the other option is a more indirect, hey, I didn't see, I see that you're a coach. How's your performance looking like when it comes to, your day-to-day energy? I'm just throwing something out there, but my idea is more indirect and I can start qualifying and building a relationship with them. So just to put together essentially the strategy. My goal is I just want attention in the beginning. And this can be a click to my profile or a reply, a hand raiser. But at least I know that I've opened the conversation. Now I have some leverage to either continue the conversation or send them a free thing. And after I send them the free thing, I can go back and say, hey, did you check it? Any takeaways? If I send them a free training.
Got it.
That's-
Yeah. And is that something that you're doing to people who follow you, or is it like completely cold? Like, is it a little bit warm with a friend or a follow?
This is completely cold.
Okay.
When it comes to, this is 100% cold. When it comes to
Okay.
followers, if someone adds me or someone follows me on Instagram, what I like to do is, hey, Andrew, good to see you. Welcome to the community. I say that because I'm showing them that I'm not just a random follow, right? I'm welcoming them into something bigger than themselves. So welcome to the community, or you can say, welcome to the metabolic catalyzers community, whatever. Are you looking to, get in a better shape or just here for the content? So it's a shorting question.
Mm-hmm.
So what I want to hear, oh yeah, I'm just going to the gym right now. And I can open the conversation and take it from there. Or I can, if they say, yeah, I'm just here for the vids or here for the content, or, I just noticed, oh, what was that attracted your attention?
Got it.
It's something that's easy to answer, that keeps the conversation going. I stay engaged with that person. And the best part is it's not about making the sale then and there. It's I have some interaction with that person. And what that allows me to do is whenever I release the next YouTube video, I can go back. Hey, just released a new video. Check it out. I think you might benefit. That's how you form that relationship. That's how when you start doing your reels or your posts, that's how you get people, because that pleases the algorithm. If you chat with them in the DMs, you're more likely to show up on their feed. So it all works together as an ecosystem.
Cool.
Does that give you some direction?
Yeah, that's helpful. Thank you.
Okay, sweet. Anything else? Gents, we're only gents here. I don't want to make any assumptions. Going once, going twice. Cool. Well, it's been a pleasure having you once again. Enjoy your Sunday, and I'll see you on the next one. Have a good one.
Thanks, Chris.
Bye.